Viewer, first they questioned the date, then they called the Prana Pratishtha pure politics, then they sulked about being kept out, then they sulked about selective invitations, then they sulked about getting invitations, then they sulked about why the invitations hadn't come earlier, then they sulked about the invitations being a political trap, then they declined the invitations, projecting it as a principled decision. Then some of their own members broke this principled stand and went to Ayodhya, inadvertently acknowledging and validating January 22nd date by seeming to preempt it. Then they said January 22nd has no significance in the Hindu calendar. Then they said, why not wait for Ram Navami? Then they said, they started rallying around the Shankaracharyas, some of whom had questioned the Prana Pratishtha. Then they said, Ram will not forgive Modi and the organizers. Then they said January 22nd is an insult to Ram since the Mandir is not complete. Then they decided to do their own thing on January 22nd, a date which they had dismissed, inadvertently validating that same date for the second time by reacting to it. On January 22nd, while the Prana Pratishtha was happening in Ayodhya, Rahul Gandhi decided to visit a temple in Assam, which is totally his right to do. Then Team Rahul sat on a road in protest after being, in my view, wrongly barred from visiting a temple. It may have been lost on the Congress that the very principle of staying away from the Prana Pratishtha and questioning its politics was eroded by this Main bhi Mandir jaunga episode. Others in the alliance, after questioning January 22nd as a date, decided to consecrate January 22nd by holding a parallel multi-faith rally in Kolkata. A fine political move, frankly. But once again, acknowledging Jan 22nd by way of reacting to what Modi had decided would be the date of the Prana Pratishtha. One would have thought that Mamata would use such a platform, a very good political move, to attack the Prime Minister and the BJP. Instead, she used it to attack her India alliance partners, the left and the Congress, talking about how after a lifetime as her sworn enemies, she couldn't break bread with them in the India alliance, adding another layer of the mounting pile of cracks in the coalition. Meanwhile, as expected, Rahul Gandhi's yatra through Assam saw a big turnout of Ram flag-bearing BJP workers and Ram Bhakts who were clearly there to heckle the Congress MP with loud chants of Jai Shri Ram and Modi, Modi, etc. The Congress should undoubtedly have been expecting this. I'm sure they were, especially since it's a state ruled by the BJP's Himanta Biswa Sarma, a man with whom Rahul Gandhi has an especially bitter past. Rahul began well, in my view, by blowing kisses to the BJP workers, big smile on his face, also to the Ram Bhakts who were there in that crowd. But in my view, he could easily have simply chanted Jai Shri Ram back to them, something that would have gone a long way in terms of political perception for Rahul himself. Instead, you saw what happened. Rahul angrily disembarked from the bus and stormed towards the heckling crowds. The Congress spun this as Babbar Sher Rahul taking on a mob. But the overall impression seemed, viewer, once again to be a politician aggrieved and defensive over the chant of Jai Shri Ram, which is odd given that Rahul has undoubtedly become more comfortable wearing his Hindu identity on his sleeve. This, in my view, was another missed opportunity for Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. They ended up looking defensive and sensitive about the chants of Jai Shri Ram, and we've seen that happen before with Mamata Banerjee. The bottom line is, in its effort to tackle and downplay the January 22nd event in Ayodhya, the India alliance somehow managed to throw even greater light on it. The irony, they were fully aware of the BJP's narrative traps, the cunning way in which they had decided the entire event. But the alliance managed to walk into virtually every one of those traps that was set for them. The BJP will deny that the January 22nd event was anything other than civilizational. But let's not kid ourselves. We are real, viewer, you and I. This is precisely what the BJP wanted. They wanted the India alliance to stumble into inconsistent, half-baked reactions that, far from distancing them from the slippery slopes of Ayodhya, actually forced them into revealing their confusion and internal political dilemmas. Yes, January 22nd was undoubtedly civilizational. And yes, it was also political. Let's not kid ourselves. What the India alliance got embarrassingly wrong is to think that by constantly pointing a finger at the event and calling it political, they were somehow telling Indians and voters something new, something they didn't know. I would hazard that most people watching, viewers, certainly you and I, are fully aware of how political everything going on is. But we also know that this doesn't in any way negate the civilizational essence of what's happening. By crying politics, politics, the India alliance wasted time and energy stating the obvious and stating something that Indians now accept as part of the dance of democracy and the political game, especially near elections. Saying something is being done for political gain has no shock value. It means nothing if you're not offering anything as well in addition to it. Also, and especially since none of these parties, the Congress, the Trinamool, pointing fingers, saying politics ho raha hai, can claim not to have politicized religion themselves. The opposition knew for months, possibly years, that the Ram Mandir would rise before 2024. It was no big surprise. It was no big secret. You didn't need to be a cynic to know that this was going to be one of those landmark events weeks before the election. And they still ensured that they walked into every trap that was set for them. Think about that, and thank you for listening. But now let's get into the specifics of the continuing meltdown over the Mandir, the consecration, the Prana Pratishtha that took place yesterday. Well, you'd think that politics would die down, but oh no, you'd be wrong, because things have actually intensified. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, who we just spoke about, has targeted the BJP a day later for attempting to, like I said, politicize religion ahead of the Lok Sabha polls, labeling the Saffron Party as anti-women for omitting goddess Sita from the discourse about Lord Ram. RJD, that's Lalu Prasad's party, took a jibe at the Prime Minister, saying, Ram is not coming, but elections are. Again, another cynical quip from Lalu. Rahul Gandhi on Monday staged a sit-in protest, which I just spoke about, after stating that he was barred, wrongly in my view, visiting Assam's Bhatadravatan, a temple there. He claimed he was denied entry despite holding permission for the same. That has become a separate, very ugly confrontation with ex-Congress, current BJP Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma. In Karnataka, and this is nationwide in case you were wondering, viewer, this politics. In Karnataka, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah slammed the BJP over the Ram Mandir for the third straight day. He said he worships Gandhi's Ram and not the BJP's Ram, and that the BJP is politicizing Ram. In Tamil Nadu, amidst a slugfest between the DMK and the BJP, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin said that rumors were being spread by the BJP to divert attention from real issues. The DMK stating the BJP leaders were acting like WhatsApp university trolls and simply misleading the public.
हम देख रहे हैं ये निर्माण किसी आग को नहीं बल्कि ऊर्जा को जन्म दे रहा है। वो भी एक समय था जब कुछ लोग कहते थे कि राम मंदिर बना तो आग लग जाएगी। ऐसे लोग भारत के सामाजिक भाव की पवित्रता को नहीं जान पाए। मात्र एक देव मंदिर नहीं है, ये भारत की दृष्टि का, भारत के दर्शन का, भारत के दिग्दर्शन का मंदिर है। ये राम के रूप में राष्ट्र चेतना का मंदिर है।
আমি রামের বিরুদ্ধ নই, আমি রাম সীতা দুজনকেই শ্রদ্ধা করি। তোমরা সীতা দেবীর নামটা তো একবারও বলো না, তার মানে কি অ্যান্টি উইমেন? আর ও অ্যান্টি উইমেন? সীতা না থাকলে রাম হয় না, আর কৌশল্যা দেবী না থাকলে, মা না থাকলে রামের জন্ম হয় না।
पूरा देश राममय है और हिंदू सनातनी बहुत खुश है। दूसरा जो धर्म का आदमी है वो भी खुश है। खुश नहीं है जो लोग वोट शिकारी है, वो खुश नहीं है।
गवर्नमेंट एंड मोदी जी ने मंदिर कौन जा सकता है, कब नहीं जा सकता? शायद आज सिर्फ एक व्यक्ति मंदिर में जा सकता है।
राहुल गांधी नौगांव में बैठे थे, वडोदरा थान में जाने।
आज आप क्यों रावण का बात करते हो? आज कम से कम राम का बात करो ना। कम से कम 500 साल का बाद आज हमें सब राम का बात करना चाहिए। आज कम से कम रावण का बात नहीं करना चाहिए।
जिनको मंदिर में के आयोजन में आमंत्रित किया गया था और उन्होंने इनकार किया, भगवान राम के लोकार्पण के समारोह, मंदिर के लोकार्पण का समारोह का निमंत्रण को इनकार किया। जनता, देश की जनता ऐसे लोगों को माफ नहीं करेगी।
ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯವರು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು? ರಘುಪತಿ ರಾಘವ ರಾಜಾ ರಾಮ್ ಪತಿಹಿತ ಪಾವನ ಸೀತಾರಾಮ್ ಪತಿಹಿತ ಪಾವನ ಸೀತಾರಾಮ್ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು? ಏ ರಾಮ್. ಸಾಯುವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಏ ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟರು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯವರು ರಾಮನ್ನ ಪೂಜಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ರಾಮನ್ ಪೂಜಿಸಲ್ಲ.
I said you in my name, Shiva is there, Shiva Kumara is there. Again, Shiva Kumara can be Ganesha and Shenmuga. In Siddaramaya name this is Rama. Or what did Rama yesterday Siddaramaya do? He went and offered prayer to Rama. He inaugurated a Rama temple. Modi has inaugurated there in Ayodhya. Siddaramaya has inaugurated in Karnataka.
Well, the politics will, of course, continue to churn, but it's a very different story in Ayodhya. I want to take you there live. India Today's Abhishek Mishra has been in the holy city for the last many days. He was there to witness the Prana Pratishtha ceremony yesterday as well. The politics will continue to escalate, Abhishek, but today has seen a record number of devotees arriving in Ayodhya. So many people have arrived that the administration reportedly has said, has asked people not to try and come today because of the huge surge of inbound devotees and pilgrims.
Well, absolutely, Shiv, and that was very much expected with the fact how yesterday we have seen the grand consecration ceremony which has happened here, and today the footfall by 3 in the afternoon has already crossed 3 lakhs for today's darshanas, and they're expecting by the evening it will go beyond 5 to 6 lakh for the day one. So that number speaks for itself, the way it has been perceived by the people, and at the same time, as we have been reporting throughout, that the sentiment is extremely high in Ayodhya, and that has been able to connect people to this sacred land. Now, if I talk about the politics which is happening, we have seen time and again how the opposition is constantly targeting the BJP, and they are making this an argument that it is a political move for them. But as Mamta said that they're ignoring Sita, whether the BJP is anti-women, but she forgot the fact that Prime Minister Modi began his address by saying, Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai. And at the same time, we've also seen how the others was also, voicing along. Certainly, and similarly, the other reactions which are coming, be it Sharad Pawar or Stalin or the other leaders, clearly mentioning it as a political move, but the BJP and the UP government is making it sure that it is connecting people. Tomorrow also, JP Nadda, the president, is expected in Ayodhya. He will be beginning the drive for the mass participation and mass darshana. So that is what they are doing. But making it a point against a particular community or saying that you are ignoring the other one is something which could be a political narrative for them. And that is why we have seen such reactions earlier also, when the whole issue of invite emerged, and now after the ceremony it is about the fact that whether or not this ceremony had some bearing on the upcoming elections or not. But the opposition is not leaving any opportunity.
We did see members of the Congress party from Himachal and UP arriving in Ayodhya before and during the Prana Pratishtha day. Are you hearing about any opposition leader plans to come to Ayodhya? They wanted to stay away from the Prana Pratishtha ceremony itself, but there will be pressure on them to go to Ayodhya now that the Ram Mandir is open to the public.
Well, absolutely, Shiv. And now the beginning has been made, and we certainly can expect at least few of them to visit Ayodhya. Not to forget, Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav also said the same, that I will not be part of the ceremony, but I will certainly go for the darshanas. We've also listened to other Congress leaders. They also confirmed of at least doing the darshanas. A delegation from the UP Congress has already come on the Sankranti day, took the holy dip, and they defended the fact that Ram is everyone's. There is no stakeholding as such.
Yeah.
So certainly, but the narrative and the kind of, this consecration ceremony has, gone through yesterday is now a kind of a majburi for the opposition to voice along in any way. Yes, they are against the ceremony. They have their own, questions to it, but they cannot ignore the fact that Ayodhya is all about Lord Ram, and that is what have always prevailed here, be it the politics or the social harmony. Yes.
All right, Abhishek, thanks very much. Historic week in Ayodhya, and Abhishek and his team will be continuing to bring us those amazing images that come in from there. It's sad to hear about the politics that continues to escalate on such an important day, but this is a democracy, and let me say that the questions being asked, the things being said, all of them are part and parcel of any vibrant debate and conversation, and we will unstintingly reflect all of them here on India Today. Now, an offshoot of the Mandir politics has been a very big war of words between two old rivals, Rahul Gandhi and Himanta Biswa Sarma, the current BJP Chief Minister of Assam. As most of our viewers may know, Himanta Biswa Sarma used to be part of the Congress party. He had an ugly divorce from the party, and he blamed his departure in 2015-2016 on Rahul Gandhi, accusing him of feeding biscuits both to his dog and to assembled guests, including Himanta himself. It was with that kind of indignation and bitterness that Himanta had once left the Congress party, and that explains the ugliness that you're seeing in this current confrontation. Rahul Gandhi, as viewers know, is on the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra that went through Assam a couple of days ago. Rahul Gandhi has been alleging repeatedly that Himanta is India's most corrupt chief minister. He's also been alleging that the BJP under Himanta has been trying to disrupt his yatra. Meanwhile, the Assam chief minister has instructed authorities to take action against Rahul after there was a scuffle between Congress supporters and the Guwahati police earlier today. Take a look at this report.
Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra hit a roadblock as it entered Guwahati on Tuesday. The police put up barricades to stop entry to a road the participants wanted to take, leading to a scuffle with Congress workers. The Congress MP accused Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma of trying to disrupt his yatra.
ये जो असम के चीफ मिनिस्टर यात्रा के अगेंस्ट कर रहे हैं, सबसे पहले इससे यात्रा का फायदा हो रहा है। जो पब्लिसिटी हमें शायद नहीं मिलती, वो असम के चीफ मिनिस्टर और शायद उनके पीछे अमित शाह हमारी मदद कर रहे हैं, तो उससे तो हमारा फायदा ही फायदा है। कुछ भी करो, गाली दो, डिस्टर्ब करो, मारो पीटो, मैं इंटिमिडेट नहीं होता। पूरी दुनिया दूसरी साइड खड़े हो जाए, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। जिस बात के लिए मैं लड़ता हूं, जिस विचारधारा के लिए मैं लड़ता हूं, एक बार मैंने मन बना लिया तो मैं इंटिमिडेट नहीं होता।
Rahul branded Sarma as the most corrupt chief minister in the country.
The Minister of this state is one of the most corrupt chief ministers in the country. Second, whenever I'm moving around this state, pretty much everybody is saying to me, massive unemployment, massive corruption, massive price rise, farmers are struggling, no youngster can get a job in this state. So that is the situation, and that's what we are raising.
The Assam Chief Minister charged Rahul Gandhi with provoking the crowd and ordered action against the Congress leader. Assam DGP GP Singh, in a post on X, earlier Twitter, said that Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra deviated from the path agreed upon, putting the security of Rahul Gandhi at risk. Earlier on Tuesday, Rahul Gandhi was allegedly denied entry into the university in Assam-Meghalaya border, forcing him to address the students from the top of the bus. The Congress leader claimed that the permission was withdrawn on the orders of Home Minister Amit Shah.
The Home Minister of India called up the Chief Minister of Assam. And when the Chief Minister of Assam's office called up the leadership of your university and said that Rahul Gandhi must not be allowed to speak to the students of this university.
The second leg of Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo campaign has been marred by frequent run-ins with the local establishment. The Congress has alleged that its yatra was being targeted by BJP workers in Assam. The Grand Old Party is banking heavily on the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra to shape its narrative against the Narendra Modi government. With Ritik Mondal in Guwahati, Bureau Report, India Today.
And remember that during the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, Rahul Gandhi has spent a significant amount of time and resources amplifying the allegation that Himanta Biswa Sarma is India's most corrupt chief minister. The entire Congress machinery has taken that up as a war cry. One would imagine that it is an Assam election that is being fought, but it is very clear that the history between Himanta and the Congress, and especially between Himanta Biswa Sarma and Rahul Gandhi, seems to be what is fueling the visceral and ugly nature of this confrontation. It has not only been offline during the yatra, sparking protests by Rahul Gandhi and his team when he was not given permission to go to a temple on January the 22nd, as we've just reported, but is also a big social media battle that is now being fought between the Assam Chief Minister and the Congress party. The bad blood that continues to boil between Himanta and Rahul Gandhi, with the Congress seeing Himanta's departure in 2015-2016 from the Congress party as something that damaged the party's reputation in a great way. The Congress party therefore sees this as an occasion to settle scores with Himanta Biswa Sarma, to brand him as India's most corrupt chief minister. An FIR has now been filed against Rahul Gandhi, not for the comments, but for a clash between Congress workers and the Guwahati police in Assam. Now I'll take you back to Ayodhya, viewer, because the politics will continue, like I said, but at the end of the day, it only runs parallel to devotees arriving in the city. As soon as people were allowed to, the sanctum sanctorum of the new Ram Mandir was crowded with people and devotees. Everyone wanted the first darshan of Ram Lalla and to record that ethereal moment for posterity. For those who couldn't make it, here's a report from inside the Ram Mandir until you do yourself.
As you can see, this is the entry to the sanctum sanctorum. And ahead, you can see, of course, the idol of Ram Lalla, the idol that everyone across the nation was waiting with bated breath to see over the last few weeks.
A charged atmosphere prevailed for the first darshan in the Sanctum Sanctorum as people poured in, bowing, praying, overwhelmed in devotion.
स्वर्ग लग रहा है, एकदम स्वर्ग से अच्छा ही लग रहा है, बहुत प्यारा लगा यहाँ, दिल खुश हो गया। यहाँ आने के लिए हम बहुत मेहनत किए, मेहनत प्रयास हुआ हम लोगों का।
बहुत ही दिव्य, बहुत ही अलौकिक अनुभूति है, जैसे कि हमारे राम जी का जो फेस है, एकदम मान लीजिए अलौकिक दर्शन हो रहे हैं, दिव्य दर्शन हो रहे हैं। हम इसको अपने शब्दों के माध्यम से बयान नहीं करते, ये खुशी हमारे चेहरे पे झलक रही होगी।
राम मंदिर में भगवान राम की पुनर्स्थापना, केवल भगवान राम की पुनर्स्थापना नहीं है, बल्कि उस राष्ट्र में धर्म की स्थापना हुई है, धर्म के मूर्तिमंत स्वरूप की स्थापना हुई है। इसलिए अब ये धर्म राष्ट्र होने जा रहा है।
Everyone wanted to record as much as possible the feelings for the first darshan.
This is the moment where India Today brings you this divine darshan of the temple. Several phone cameras, of course, going up right now because everyone's just had the good fortune and blessing to have had darshan of Ram Lalla. I'll ask my camera person Prem to just lift his camera up so we can see the image of the deity.
Phone cameras clamored with TV cameras as jubilant people kept being thankful to Ram Lalla.
नतमस्तक हो जाइए, क्योंकि यही वो क्षण है जिसका इंतजार सदियों से किया। एक लंबा संघर्ष, उसके बाद एक तस्वीर।
राम जन्मभूमि प्राण प्रतिष्ठा से आप ये मानिए कि अपना अपितु अपने देश का ही नहीं पूरे विश्व का उद्धार होने वाला है और बहुत ही जल्द अपना देश विश्व गुरु बनने जा रहा है। जय जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम। चले पाछे चली सेना, पाछे चली सेना, पाछे चली सेना, आगे आगे राम चले पाछे चली सेना।
बहुत बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है एक्चुअली, और कुछ अलग ही अनुभूति है कि 500 साल के बाद ये जो है अयोध्या में, तो वो हमारा सफल पूरा हो रहा है और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। मैं गुजरात से हूँ, सूरत से हूँ, और दर्शन करके बहुत खुशनुमा और लग रहा है कि हाँ, खुद श्री राम हमारे अयोध्या में और यहाँ पे है। कुछ शब्दों नहीं है मेरे पास अभी।
मोरे राम आवत घर आए।
Paulami Saha and Samarth Srivastav in Ayodhya. Bureau Report, India Today.
मोरे राम आवत घर आए।